I went to Guadalupe Island with my friend Brandon Wallers, who's an incredible spear fisherman. He's from the West Coast, and we went down to help out on a National Geographic shoot. And I just figured I'd never have an opportunity like that to actually have access to the sharks and be able to be outside of a cage other than that. So basically we went down for no pay to work on the boat and spearfish for chum and food and be rodeo clowns to get in between the cameraman and the shark if the shark turns in on them too much. So we'd be back behind camera, the shark starts acting weird and coming towards the cameraman, he's going to start kicking back and we get in front of him. So we just leapfrog. And I'd never seen a white shark before, but I was like, this is going to be awesome, we're going to learn them real quick. And I had a lot of preconceived, educated notions of sharks and general fish behavior from being around them my whole life. And I knew what I was looking for in a white shark, one that I would trust and go out back far away from the boat with. And the minute we stepped on the boat from the ponga, because the boat's anchored on the opposite side of the island where you fly in from, the minute we stepped foot on the boat, that shark was there. And I'm watching him, he's showing me everything I want to see. So we put our masks on, jump in the water, watch him from in the water. I was like, okay, if I was to have a mental checklist of everything I wanted to see out of a big white shark, for me to interact with him, the shark was showing me all of it. And at that point, it's like, are you just gonna talk about it or are you gonna do something? So I basically, I hadn't told any. Well, I'm just looking for behavioral signs out of the shark. I'm looking at how he's coming up to hit the bait. I'm looking at his movements, how fluid his movements are, if they're jerky, if he's changing his swimming pattern. And, I'm watching his eye watch me when he passes by. So if the shark's passing by and I see his eye going like this and staying on me, and he's still swimming in a relaxed manner, I know that he's aware of my presence there and he's still somewhat relaxed. He's not being twitchy or anything. So I was like, okay, well, I've always wanted to do this. There's not going to be another time. There won't be a better time to do it than then. And you don't know if that shark's going to leave and you'll never see it again, or you'll get all punchy ones for the rest of the trip. So I swam off the back of the boat, hit a certain point out away from the boat where I knew I couldn't make it back before the shark would get to me. And that's what it took to get him comfortable. And he was swimming, he was far away, he was probably about 50 feet away, and I seen him turn. And I saw that big black eye catch a glimpse of me, and he goes, oh, 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 just waddles over and just beelines it straight for me. And that was the most kind of, what's the word for it? That was the most very deliberate movement I saw out of that shark. And that deliberate movement was turning and focusing straight in on me, and he's swimming straight at me. And I'm just watching this thing get closer and closer, and it's so big it looks fake. It looks like it should be like a whale, a small whale or something. You just come in, and you can see all the details and the teeth and everything, and my heart was in my mouth. It felt like I couldn't even hear because the sound of my heartbeat was so loud in my ears, just pounding. And I was at the mercy of the shark at that point. And I was really trusting it, but man, I was playing with all my chips, And this shark starts coming up to me, and he's actually starting to come about under me, and you kind of get a general feel for their turning radius at a certain speed. So he's kind of like this, and I'm like, I just want to close that gap between me and the shark to where he can't get a radius on me to really turn into me. So I jump the gun and I start swimming down after him, As I'm swimming down after him, which I broke one of my rules of what I thought would work well for him because I was scared shitless. So I could see his eye, and he started rolling like this. So all of a sudden, I'm coming down, he's going up, and I'm trying to get around to his back because I'm like, I have to grab onto this thing. That's my only safe spot, is grabbing onto its fin. It starts rolling like this. So we're like a dog chasing its tail. And I get a hold of its fin, and instead of panicking, which I thought the shark would do, just whoop, ride it up and started swimming. And it was like a dream or something. I was looking at this giant animal, like, oh my God, I can't believe he's letting me ride his dorsal fin right now. It was crazy. It was probably one of the craziest, surreal experiences I've ever had in my life, for sure.
I think it would be for anybody, bro.
And then my buddies started doing it, and we kind of figured it out. We did it for 8 days straight with different sharks.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah, we did it for 8 days. We'd spearfish for like 4 or 5 hours a day. That's the scary part, spearfishing, because you don't know where they might come from.
So you rode more than once? For 8 days you did that?
I probably had like 15 dorsal rides, 3 different sharks.
Did you ever feel like they were going to actually come at you and attack?
There were sharks around that would try to get you. You just couldn't. That was the tricky part, is because there'd be like 2, 3, 4 of them around sometimes, and you had to pick the guy that you liked, but you didn't want to ride too far away from the boat because you had to still swim back. And that's when the punchy ones would come.
Smaller ones or the punchy ones, would you say?
They were. The 3 sharks that we were getting dorsal rides on were the 3 biggest sharks we saw the whole time. And there's other ones that I would put, honestly, I think if I was to stay off the back of the boat, they'd try to hit you. Realistically. Probably a tiger. I mess around with tigers all the time.
So you feel
at
safer
home.
with tigers?
It all depends if, yeah, I do feel safer with a tiger. Because whites are fucking smart, man. They come off so much more intelligent than any other shark. Whites are the kind of, like, a tiger will see you as long as, and both of them know when you spot them and they start acting differently. They know they're busted. And a tiger will follow you around all day. He'll try different approaches on you. It's like go on the bottom and try to do a vertical one, or come up in the surface, like hide himself in the surface, chop and get up behind you. Like they'll try these 3 different approaches. Like some of them I've had them try all different 3. Like, shit, I'm busted. Okay, that didn't work. I'm gonna try this one. I'm like, I see exactly what that fucker's doing right now. But I don't know. I feel like a white shark is so smart that they might even just, if they know they're busted, like lull you into a false sense of well-being and go and hang out for a while and come in like hot. My experience, the tigers I've always had, they would come in, but they're just really sneaky. They want to end up behind you, but they don't come in like, phew. Whereas I wouldn't put it past the big white to lull you into that, oh, okay, he sees me. I'll just go hang out here and just come in at 100 like 5 minutes later, which I've heard happening, you know.
So the tigers are actually hunting you when they're doing their different patterns?
They're trying to, it's debatable what they're doing. I think they're always curious. Anytime there's a big animal or something that's out of place, that's usually coincides with some kind of feeding opportunity for them, whether they're scavenging off of something else that's feeding, or eating something bigger, or just bored and curious. That's how they successfully hunt and feed themselves, is that curiosity. That's how they get big.